Good day, everyone. Welcome to your lecture about biochemistry of endocrine system. So, yung mga hormones, pero biochem edition. Here are our learning objectives. Some of them look familiar. Diba? Fisho. Anyhow, let's talk about your hormones. These are chemicals that are synthesized in ductless glands. So, yung mga glands na to sa body natin, magsisecrete ng chemical, papadala sa blood. Yun yung hormone. Okay? So, chemical messenger sila. Tagadala ng message to regulate parts of your body. Parang SMS. Pag tinapon sa duct, hindi yun hormone. Pag nilabas sa duct, exocrine gland yun. Okay? Anyway, so understanding hormones is key to diagnosing and treating some endocrine problems when you go to internal medicine. So hormones can travel through the bloodstream, kaya nga endo, or act on nearby cells such as yun nga, yung sa paracrine signaling, or even act on the same cell that released them. Nilabas niya, tapos nag-act sa sarili niya, kinausap yung sarili, autocrine yun. Auto means self. Para po dyan lang sa tabi. Endo, sa dugo. Okay? Auto, sa sarili nag-act. Endocrine, pinatawid sa bloodstream. Okay? Juxtacrine, pag narinig niyo yan, adjacent. Kapitbahay. Okay, so again, hormones, they help organisms regulate many operations naturally and efficiently. Ano pa? Paracrine, pick up neighboring cells. Autocrine, act on self. Okay, on itself. So, para sa communication yan. Okay? EPA, endo, para, and autocrine. Anyhow, so for communication, recognize and treating some diseases. These are the two types of communication in your body. You have neural and hormonal. So pag neural, nervous system, mas mabilis yan. Ang endocrine, mas mabagal. Slow and steady. Nervous system, fast. So, however, pareho will communicate to keep your body in balance. So nervous system, may neurotransmitters dyan. Tapos, need for fast response, neural communication ka. Pag endocrine, everywhere, hormones travel through blood, elongated ang effects, ang mnemonic mo dyan, slow but prolonged ang effect. Mabagal pero matagal ang effect niya. Okay? They are important for homeostasis. Ano pa? Yeah, yun lang naman. Pang-maintain ng homeostasis. Target cell, a cell with the ability to bind selectively a given hormone via a receptor. So kapag nag-release ng hormone ang isang gland, pupunta siya sa target cell niya. At yung target cell, dapat may receptor. May upuan where the hormone can sit on the receptor. Yun yung prerequisite eh. Bago mag-act yung hormone, kailangan dumikit siya sa receptor, umupo sa trono, sa toilet o kung ano man. If hindi nag-bind yan, walang action. Okay? Ganun din ang drugs. Ang mga gamot, kailangan nag-bind muna sa receptor bago sila maka-act. Okay? Receptors. So hormones interact with receptors that are located either inside the cell or within the cell membrane. So yung mga upuan, kung saan uupo yung hormones, pwedeng nasa labas ng cell membrane mo or nasa loob. Okay? Ano pa? Ano naman? Pag-usapan natin yung two types of receptors. Dapat alam niyo na yan from Fisho, di ba? Pag polar yung hormone, nasa labas, nasa cell membrane yung receptor, hanggang labas lang yun. Pag non-polar or lipid-soluble, lulusot. Kayang umupo sa receptor sa loob. Intracellular receptors can either be cytosolic, nasa cytosol, or nasa nucleus. Okay? Favorite board exam question yan. Which hormones utilize cytosolic receptor? Sino daw hormones na nasa cytosol yung upuan? Sino naman yung hormone na nasa nucleus na yung upuan? Okay? Namin yun, thyroid ba? Steroids ba? So these are the characteristics of your chair or your receptors or upuan. Dapat high affinity for a hormone, attracted yung hormone sa kanya, reversible yung pag-bind. Pag umupo si hormone, maya-maya alis dapat. No? Saturable, ano pa? Ibig sabihin, nasa saturate, natatadtad, hindi infinite yung mga receptors mo eh. And specific. Oh, itong hormone lang na to ang pwedeng umupo sa akin. Okay? Ganon. Hormone action. Hormones initiate their biologic effects by binding to a specific receptor. Yung prerequisite, kailangan umupo ka sa trono. Paano ma-terminate yung action niya? Kapag umalis na siya sa trono, sa upuan. Okay? Pag umalis yung hormone, it's either ma-degrade siya ng certain enzyme or ma-re-uptake, okay, sa pinanggalingang cell. Ano pa? Receptors, usually they are made up of proteins, no? Ang problem dyan, may mga antibodies minsan na dinedestroy yung receptor, o walang upuan, hindi makakaupo yung hormone mo. Okay? Walang action yung hormone mo. Okay, intindihin nyo yung basics so that you won't have a hard time when you go to your second or third year subjects. Okay, gradual ang action ng hormone, unlike your neurotransmitters, mabilis yun. Ano pa? Multiple effects, interactive effects, pulsatile or rhythmic secretion, long-term effects, and target-specific action. Then, so you can classify hormones based on their properties. So chemical composition, gawa ka ba sa cholesterol or gawa ka ba sa protein, amine, kasi nagmamatter yun. Parang Pinoy ka ba o American? Yan. Solubility properties, kaya mo bang lumusot sa cell membrane? Kaya mo bang mag-travel sa blood alone? Kung polar ka, you can do it. Okay? You can travel alone in the bloodstream. You don't need a carrier. And however, kung polar ka, hanggang labas ka lang. Okay? Pagdating sa target cell, hanggang labas ka lang. Hindi ka pwedeng pumasok. Location of receptors, ano pa? Nature of signals used to mediate hormone action. Okay, so some hormones are steroids, some are amino acid derivatives, and others are peptides. Important to, okay? So kung naalala nyo yan, that's mga non-polar or lipid-soluble, vitamin D, vitamin A, retinoic acid, thyroid hormone, ano pa? Actually, based to sa groupings eh. And sex hormones. Kulang to. Yung mga corticosteroids din, they are cholesterol-based, no? Except thyroid hormone, amine eh. Then, of course, yung dalawa vitamin. Anyhow, discuss it later. Amino acid derivatives. Anong hormones ang gawa sa amino acid? Epinephrine or epinephrine and your T3, T4. Okay? Thyroid hormones, lumabas sa board exam yan. Anong pinanggalingan or what's the precursor amino acid? Tyrosine. Okay? Tyrosine. Si epin or epi, saan siya? Kung naalala nyo sa biochem nyo, pare true love does not exist to Mel. So, it's a phenylalanine or tyrosine derivative din. No? Some hormones are made up of peptide. For instance, yung insulin ng tita mong diabetic. Ano pa? Glucagon, etc. Gawa siya sa peptide. 2 or more amino acids. No? Yeah. Ito kasi insulin, 50 plus ang amino acids niya. Okay? Steroids made from cholesterol like cortisol and estrogen, examples niyan. Kung steroid-based hormone ka, hindi ka makaka-travel sa dugo. Kasi dugo, blood is polar. So you need taxi or boat kung gusto mo mag-travel sa blood. Okay? You need carrier proteins. Amino acid derivatives are made from amino acids. Then some need carriers, some do not. Okay? Peptides or proteins, chains of amino acids siya, like insulin and growth hormone, and they usually dissolve easily in the blood. Di nila kailangan ng carrier, kaya ko mag-travel kasi polar ako, just like blood. Okay? Yun lang yun. So kung anong property, yun kasi magde-determine kung makaka-travel ka ba sa blood alone, hanggang loob ka lang ba, hanggang labas ka ng cell, ng target. Important yan, ha? Sex hormones, konti lang yung steroid, so alamin mo na. Steroid ang classification. Sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, aldosterone, cortisol, ano pa? Konti lang din ang amino acid-derived hormones, alamin yun. Group 1, these are your lipophilic hormones. Kung naalala nyo sa Fisio, group 1 hanggang hanggang labas lang yan or lumulusot yan for a while. So if you belong to your group 1 hormone classification, you are lipophilic. Philic, love. Love ang taba. So lipophilic, non-polar, lipid-loving. Okay? So blood is polar. Kung ikaw ay taba, hindi mo kaya mag-travel alone in the bloodstream. Non-polar ka eh. Like dissolves like. Tandaan. Kung non-polar to, ang blood ay polar, hindi pwede. No? So gamit ka ng taxi. Okay? Or bangka, boat, whatever. Yan. So they need transport proteins. Okay? However, when it goes to the target tissue, group 1, lumulusot yan. Ang upuan nila or the receptors are inside the cell. Diba? Kasi papalusot din ng cell membrane yan ng lipid bilayer. Non-polar Okay? Tapos, they bind to hormone response element in the DNA to affect gene transcription. So, pupunta siya sa nucleus. Pak. The hormone with the receptor, punta doon sa nucleus, sa isang part ng nucleus, isang part ng DNA, dito sa HRE, sa hormone receptor element, hormone response element rather. Okay? Pag umupo siya dyan, may kakausapin niya si Lola, magluluto yan ng gusto niyang protein. Okay? Ganun lang. Na discuss sa next or sa previous lecture niyo sa biochem. Group 2 hanggang labas lang ito. Okay? Kung naalala niyo. Group 2 hanggang labas lang ito. These are polar just like your tubig. Okay? So kung polar yan, like dissolves like polar din yung blood, kaya ko mag-travel alone in the bloodstream. They do not require transport proteins. However, hanggang labas lang ito. Pagdating sa target tissue, hanggang labas ka lang. So the receptor is found outside the cell, no? Or nasa cell membrane, naka-embed. Okay? Hanggang labas ka lang, sino magre-relay ng message mo sa loob para makausap si Lola? Second messengers. Okay? So ganito mechanism ng glucagon and epi. Daan. What else? Solubility properties, napag-usapan na natin to. Group 2 hanggang labas lang ito. Nandito yung receptors sila. Group 1, lumulusot yan. The receptors are found inside the cell, pwedeng nasa cytosol or nasa nucleus. Okay? Usually pag group 1, mas mabagal kasi kakausapin niya diretso si Lola and matagal yung prescription chuchu. Ang group 2 mabilis kasi pag upo niya sa receptor, may mga alipores agad, second messengers na mag-disseminate ng message. Fat-soluble hormones go inside cells to act. Water-soluble hormones, yung group 2, act on the cell surface using messengers. Tandaan. Let's talk about the chairs. Upuan. Yung iba nasa labas lang ng cell. Okay, these are membrane or cell surface receptors utilized by group 2 hormones. Kasi hanggang labas lang ang mga ito. Sino magre-relay ng message sa loob? Second messengers. Cyclic AMP, cyclic GMP, mga ganun. Okay? So sila kakausap kay Lola. Lola, paluto naman ng gantong enzyme. Lola, paluto ng GLUT4. Pa-translocate, mga ganun. Okay? One of the chairs is your G-protein coupled receptor. From the name itself, this receptor is nakakopol sa isang G-protein. Okay? G-protein. Nakakopol siya. Pag upo ni hormone sa trono niya, aariba ang G-alpha. Okay? Balikan nyo lang yung first few lectures of Fisio. So G-alpha will be activated. Then, tatapikin ang, si G-alpha ma-activate pag nakabind ng GTP sa kanya. Tatapikin ang adenylyl cyclase, na hindi ko makita kung asan. Adenylyl cyclase, magluluto ng cyclic AMP. P yung dulo, P yung next. Cyclic AMP will activate protein kinase A. And when you hear the word kinase, it's an enzyme that phosphorylates stuff. Mangpupukpok ng downstream sequence of ng downstream effectors or whatever, hanggang masunod yung gusto ng hormone na yun. Okay? So, G-proteins. Itong G-protein na to, made up of 3 pieces. No? May mga subunit siya, yung G-alpha, beta, and gamma. Alamin nyo to kasi pinapakialaman niya ng pertussis toxin. Cholera din. Okay? So, alpha, beta, and gamma. Pag umupo si hormone, i-activate yung receptor. Si alpha, lilipad. Okay? Yan. Pag may pera ka na, GTP nakadikit dyan, then i-activate niya si effector, which is an enzyme, si adenylyl cyclase. Yan. Tapos may downstream sequence of events. Okay? There are different types of G proteins. Some stimulate pagluto ng cyclic AMP, others inhibit it. No, pag ang G protein mo GI, inhibitory yun. Okay? Na lang. May ibang upuan ang tawag receptor tyrosine kinase or RTKs. So they're like gatekeepers on the cell surface. They're single proteins that span the cell membrane. When a signal molecule or hormone binds to the outside part, it causes the RTK to pair up with another RTK, nagda-dimerize. This activates the inside part, which then adds phosphate groups or phosphorylates to itself and other proteins. This triggers a cascade of events inside the cell, like telling it to grow and divide. Think signal in, action out. RTKs are your cell surface receptors that, when activated by a signal, trigger cell changes by adding phosphate groups. RTK, phosphate power, phosphorylation. Nagda-dimerize yan. Okay? Sino yung gumagamit ng mga to? Yung mga pampagrow, okay? Na hormones. Ano ulit ang kwento nito? Sa fisio kasi. So, si RTK, receptor, yung upuan may tyrosine kinase, no? Pag umupo si hormone, magda-dimerize siya. Tapos pupukpukin niya yung sarili niya. Phosphorylate ko yung sarili ko, kinase eh. Saan niya pinukpok? Sa tyrosine residues. Tyrosine residues. Mga Y. Kasi sa amino acid chem, tyrosine is letter Y. Pag na-phosphorylate ko yung sarili ko, may mga gagaya. May mga protein sa loob ng cell na magpapapukpok din sa akin. No? Yun lang. Hanggang masunod yung gusto niya. Okay. Sino gumagamit ng receptor tyrosine kinase? Yung mga pampagrow na hormones. Epidermal growth factor, insulin-like growth factor, fibroblast growth factor, pampagrow tyrosine kinase. What else? Ang extracellular component nito ay N-terminal region. Yung cytosolic naman ay C-terminal. Kasi protein nga eh. Made up of protein tong receptor nito. So, may N-terminal, may C-terminal. Okay? Mga chika-chika dyan, wag na. Next. Insulin. Ang receptor nito is tyrosine kinase. No? Si insulin na sinikret ng beta islet cell of pancreas mo, it can travel in the blood alone kasi polar yan. Then magbabind sa receptor niya, sa target cell. Ang receptor niya is tyrosine kinase. Once insulin sits here, umupo na siya sa trono, magda-dimerize, and maphophosphorylate yung sarili sa tyrosine. Kaya nga tyrosine kinase. Okay? Tandaan. Sino to? Kumabasa yung... Anyhow. So insulin receptor is like a two-part lock on a cell surface. It is made up of 4 pieces, alpha-alpha, beta-beta. Okay? Held together by disulfide bonds. Kita yung mga disulfide bonds na yan. Pag nasira yan, wala nang silbi yung insulin ni Lola. Hindi makaka-act. Okay? Alpha outside, where your hormone will sit. Beta inside. Tanda na, beta inside. Pag na-mutate si alpha subunit, hindi na makakaupo si insulin. Pag na-mutate si beta, hindi na mapupukpok yung sarili niya. Walang downstream sequence of events. When insulin arrives, 2 molecules, 1 for each alpha, so dalawang insulin. This causes the alpha pieces to change shape in a nutshell, which then triggers the beta pieces inside the cell. These activated beta pieces then start a chain reaction that allows the cell to take up glucose from the blood. So, in a nutshell, insulin binds to its receptor, causing a shape change that triggers the cell to absorb glucose. The insulin, glucose in the blood, I will do everything to let it in. But first, I have to sit on my receptor. Upo ka sa trono. Okay. And alamin nyo kung anong subunit yung outside, alamin nyo kung anong subunit ang inside, and how many, kasi biochem to eh, how many disulfide bonds do we have for insulin's receptor? 3 po. Pag nasira yan, hindi nagagana insulin receptor mo. Okay? Intracellular receptor, mga upuan na nasa cytosol or nasa nucleus. They are utilized by mga lumulusot yan, group 1. Okay? Steroid, retinoids, mga vitamin A mo, thyroid hormones, vitamin D. Kaya nga, that's sex. Okay? Vitamin D, A, thyroid hormone, sex hormones. Glucorticoids and your aldosterone, mineral corticoid. Okay? So ligand receptor complex is generated. Ibig sabihin si hormone in combination with the receptor magagawa. This provides signals to specific genes to affect rate of transcription. Once umupo si hormone sa trono, tara, kausapin natin si Lola. Okay? Hindi pwedeng si hormone lang kakausap kay Lola diretso. kapag sex hormone ka. Nuclear receptor families. From the name itself, nasa nucleus. The nuclear receptors are a group of ancient evolutionary-related transcription factors. Examples are thyroid hormone, vitamin D, retinoic, estrogen, cortisol, aldosterone, progesterone, testosterone receptors. Okay? These receptors share a highly conserved DNA binding domain. Asan na yun? DNA binding domain. Yung green. Asan yung green? Andun sa next slide. And a short non-conserved region, yung blue, na nasa next slide din, which serve as a hinge between the N-terminal and C-terminal portions of the molecule. The difference in size between the receptor proteins is the highly variable N-terminal AB domain or pink na nasa, wala dito. Anyhow, two elements that are necessary for control of gene transcription termed activation functions exist. AF1 in the EB domain and AF2 in the EF domain. Daw, yung upuan, maraming kaekan. Maraming kaek-ekan siya. May DNA binding domain, yung upuan, di ba, nasa trono siya, nakay DNA. Yung part ng upuan mo na nakadikit sa DNA, ang tawag doon DNA binding domain. Wala lang. Pinangalanan lang niya for fun. Tapos, may other domains pa. No? May iba't ibang pangalan yung iba't ibang parte ng chairs. May ligand binding domain, dyan uupo yung hormone, yung ligand, may DNA binding domain. Ano pa? Yung mga magic sarap mo, mga transcription factors, pwede rin mag-act dyan. Ayan no, na-discuss na yata to sa hormone proper na biochem lecture. Okay, so nuclear receptors are like switches inside cells that control genes. Some, like the glucocorticoid receptors, hang out in the cytoplasm until a hormone like cortisol arrives. Yung ibang upuan na sa cytosol, magbabind doon yung hormone, then release may kausap kasi si receptor kanina heat shock protein. Pag nagbind, one at a time to hindi siya nagsasabay-sabay. Pag nagbind si cortisol, goodbye heat shock protein. Okay? Then taralets, receptor plus hormone, taralets kay Lola. Pero wait natin yung mga abubot, mga co-activators, blah, blah, blah. Whereas your thyroid hormone, lusot yan sa nucleus. Okay, nasa nucleus na yung receptor niya. Tandaan na, nasa nucleus. Ang mga cortisol, glucocorticoid, ganyan, nasa cytosol, ang upuan. Kasi upuan niya nakapadlock sa heat shock protein. Nabibitawan niya yung heat shock protein pag umupo na si hormone. Okay? Upuan plus hormone, taralet sa nucleus. Anyhow. Nature of signals used to mediate hormone action. Like, mga second messenger lang to. Intracellular, take note si DATS. DATS. Nasaan tayo? Vitamin D. Your androgen, letter A. Aldosterone din. Thyroid hormone na nasa nucleus yung receptor. Board exam question yun. Your sex hormones, estrogen, etc. etc. Glucocorticoid, etc. Anyhow, retinoic acid is yung sa vitamin A nga. Pag memorize mo to, hindi mo kailangan memorizein to. Kasi pag wala dyan sa DATS, matik, group 2 yun. Group 2. And majority of group 2 hormones utilize cyclic AMP as katulong, okay, or second messenger. Konti lang ang nag-utilize ng cyclic GMP, i-memorize nyo na. Si Bad Grandpa. Okay, brain natriuretic peptide, atrial natriuretic peptide, endothelium derived relaxing factor, nitric oxide. Ano pa? Calcium and IP3, usually mga hypothalamic hormones, etc. Ito naman yung sa pampagrow. Okay, tyrosine kinase, pampagrow. Yan, may mga growth. Okay. Synthesis. So, in organs designed solely for this purpose, in specific cells within organs, require parenchymal cells of more than one organ para ma-synthesize yung mga hormones mo. Wala lang. Pituitary gland, ang ginagawa niya yung flat, FSH, ACTH, LH, TSH. Okay. Ano pa? Ano tong synthesized in specific cells within organs? Examples ng hormones na yan, yung EPO, erythropoietin sa kidney, insulin and glucagon sa pancreas. Okay? Ito, to perform two distinct but related functions. Example niyan, ovaries. They produce estrogen and progesterone and nagpo-produce pa ng oocytes. Example naman ito, parenchymal cells of more than one organ. Calcitriol, your vitamin D. More than one ang kailangan yung organ, yung balat mo, yung liver mo, tsaka yung kidney mo, para lang magawa si vitamin D. Okay? Pag sira liver, sira kidney, wala kang active form ng vitamin D. Building blocks of your hormones. So, depende. Okay? Cholesterol, pwede ang, ito yung building block ng mga glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, sex hormones. Okay? Amino acids, yan yung building block ng thyroid hormone and your epi nor epi. Polypeptides or glycoprotein, all the rest. Yan. Some hormones are modified. Hindi pwedeng, nagawa ko na yung hormone. Pwede na ba i-release to? Hindi. May mga post-translational modification pa bago i-release. Okay? Otherwise, hilaw yun. Pangit yun. Sino lang yung hormones na nasisecrete in the final form and released immediately? Lahat ng hormones derived from cholesterol. Okay? Pag nagawa mo si estrogen, hindi, secrete mo na. Sino yung itong secreted in final form and stored, nagawa, nagluto ka, tapos inipon mo muna bago ilabas? Yun yung mga catecholamines na ini-store sa chromaffin granules. Siyempre, kung di ka naman fight or flight mode, wag ka muna mag-release ng epi, di ba? Sino naman ang gawa or galing sa precursor molecule which are processed and secreted upon a physiologic cue? Yung mga pro-insulin to insulin, pro-PTH to PTH. Kumbaga, gumawa ka ng pancake pero hilaw. Ay, hindi pa siya fully, wala pang maple syrup or whatever. Lalabas sa exam to. Converted to active form, bago mag-act, yung thyroid hormone to, T4, kailangan maging T3 kasi yun yung mas active. Yan lang. Storage and secretion. Some hormones are or lack intracellular reservoir and secreted in the final form. Hindi naiipon. Pagkagawa, labas agad. Pagkaluto ng ulam, labas agad. Sino tong mga to? Yung lahat ng steroid hormones mo. Paggawa ng cortisol, labas agad. Hindi mo siya natatago sa loob. Yung ibang hormones naman, natatago sa loob, nasa-store. For instance, yung thyroid hormones mo, nasa-store siya for weeks. Catecholamines and PTH, nasa-store siya for hours. Ang insulin, nasa-store for days. Lalabas lang kapag glucose in the blood. Okay? Chat box to. Some hormones requirement for transferred proteins. Anyway, so the free or unbound hormone represents the biologically active form of the hormone. Tandaan na, kapag yung hormone mo bakante, hindi nakasakay sa kung ano, active yun. Tandaan, active yun. Kunyari, estrogen mo, hindi nakasakay sa sex hormone binding globulin. Active yun. Pag yung liver mo, hindi na gumagawa ng mga barko, albumin or whatever, hindi na makasakay yung mga hormones, active na sila. Kasi hindi free unbound Kaya minsan, kaya check nyo dyan, free T4, free T3, so malaman ilan yung free, yung unbound or yung active form muna. Pag nakadikit sa whatever protein or carrier, inactive pa ang hormone, ha? Lumabas sa board siya. Nakalimutan kung paano nila tinanong. Anyhow. Transfer proteins. This one circumvent the problem of solubility. It prolongs plasma half-life of hormone. It represents a circulating reservoir. Ibig sabihin, kung nasa blood ka, group 1 hormone ako, cholesterol-based, sasakay ako sa bangka, sa transport protein. Pag nakasakay ako sa bangka, hindi ako makakain ng pating. Okay? Mga pating ba ito? Mukhang aeroplano. Mukhang starfish. Hindi ako makakain ng mga enzymes. So, prolonged ang half-life ko. Okay? Longer ang half-life ko. Nakasakay ako Unlike yung mga group 2 hormone na nagta-travel alone. Mag-swimming ka dyan, pwede ka makain ng pating. Ba't ka naging gagamba? Anyhow. So, shorter ang half-life ng group 2 hormones. Okay? Mga polar. Pag di ka sumakay sa transferred proteins, maikli lang half-life mo. Anyhow. Okay. Yun na yung lecture. Joke lang. Ba't ko ba pinaisa-isa to? Talk about your hypothalamus and pituitary gland hormones. Okay, hypothalamus, si Lola, pituitary, si Mommy, kung naalala nyo kung Fisho. So hypothalamus and pituitary gland are like the control center of the endocrine system. Diktador. Okay? The hypothalamus tells the pituitary what to do, and the pituitary then releases hormones that affects other glands, like the thyroid in this image. This often involves negative feedback loops. Ibig sabihin, when hormone levels get high enough, they signal the hypothalamus and pituitary to slow down. Oh, ang dami ng daughter, lola, and mommy, shut up. Ganun sila. Negative feedback. So, para siyang thermostat. Kinokontrol niya yung body's hormone level. Again, hypothalamus and pituitary control other endocrine organs. They often use negative feedback. Konti lang ang nagpa-positive feedback, alamin nyo na, ha? Baka kasi oxytocin at saka si estrogen. Hypothalamus, headquarter. Pituitary, passenger, gets instruction from hypothalamus. Or sundin nyo na lang yung lola, mommy, then daughter, di ba? Marami ng anak, negative feedback. Stop na lola, stop na mommy. Paano malaman na hypothalamic hormone? Releasing hormone sila, mga RR, RH, RH. Pag pituitary, mga stimulating hormone. Okay? Ano pa? What else? So the hypothalamus sends signals to the pituitary, which then releases hormones that tell the thyroid what to do, or kung anumang target organ yan. The thyroid in turn uses negative feedback. When thyroid hormone levels are high enough, they signal the hypothalamus and pituitary to slow down production. This keeps everything in balance. Problema, pag may tumor dyan, may tumor kay lola or kay mommy ng hormone na yan, hindi nakikinig sa negative feedback, it will keep on secreting hormones. TRH, TSH, di ang laki-laki na ng thyroid gland mo. Okay? Lola, mommy, daughter. Okay? May evil stepmom, kung naalala nyo, si ano yun, si dopamine. Evil stepmom ng prolactin. May isa pang evil stepmom, si somatostatin, which stops everything. Okay? Lang. Ito yung mga galing ito yung mga lola, mga releasing hormone, RH, 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 RH. Usually, they utilize IP3 and DAG as second messenger, except kay corticotropin releasing hormone. Tandaan na yung mga exception na yan, favorite sa boards yan. CRH utilizes which second messenger, blah, blah, blah. A, cyclic AMP. B, IP3 and DAG. Uy, galing hypothalamus, so IP3 and DAG. Exception nga siya. Okay. Sino tong galing sa arcuate hypothalamus? Stimulate secretion and gene expression of growth hormone by somatotropes. Lola ng growth hormone. Sabihin, lola ng growth hormone. Galing kay hypothalamus eh. Si GHRH. Dopamine. Evil step lola yan eh. Evil step mom ni prolactin. Okay? Tandaan niyo yan. Sino to na galing kay hypothalamus? Uy, lola ulit yan. Stimulate secretion of LH and FSH. Lola ng estrogen and progesterone mo. Sino yun? Mga galing sa gonad, sinisecrete. Gonadotropin releasing hormone. Lola ng mga gonadal hormones. Wala lang. This is the structure of your pituitary hormones. The three pituitary glycoprotein hormones are your FLAP, FSH, LH, TSH, ano pa? HCG. Galing siya, ito yung mga mommy na, ha? Mommy, pituitary gland. The positions of the N-glycosylated asparagine sites are indicated by the forks, yung mga tinidor. May asparagine dyan, amino acid. Wala, biochem, no choice. Kailangan i-mention. Ano pa? HCG, test Magbuntes, di ba? Beta HCG. It is characterized by a C-terminal extension with O-glycosylated serine residues or serine sites. Okay? Wala lang. Yung sa C-terminal mo, ang daming serine doon na naka-glycosylate. Wala lang. So that's your HCG. Okay, this is your growth hormone biochemically. Ano pa? Two main forms of growth hormone are shown. You have growth hormone 22. Okay, and it's derived from 5 exons, whereas in growth hormone 20K, they use of an alternative splice site in exon 3 results in omission of 15 amino acids which are indicated in pink in growth hormone 22K. Wala lang. Recipe book ni Lola. Binasa. O, pati nga paano magluto ng growth hormone. Binasa mo lahat, nagawa mo to. Eh, natanggal to sa recipe book ni Lola. Ibang growth hormone nagawa mo. Okay? Kunyari, nagluto ka adobo, tas hindi mo nabasa yung toyo. O, iba na yun. Nakaluto ka rin pa rin ng adobo, pero adobong puti. Something like that. Okay? Prolactin. Wala. Binig kasi post as agad after. Kasi late si ano eh. Ni name drop. At your pituitary, we have your prolactin. Amino acid sequence of human prolactin. This is a single polypeptide. Alam niyo dapat, oh ito si prolactin. Peptide pala yan. Ibig sabihin, kung ano mang nakakasira ng protein, nakaka-denature sa protein, nakakasira din sa prolactin. Okay? Meron siyang 199 amino acids, di ko tatanong, and 3 disulfide bonds. Okay? Pag nasira, omit mo yung ibang amino acids, nasira disulfide bond, wala yung silbi prolactin mo. Okay? POMC. Naalala niyo si POM-POM? Proopiomelanocortin. Okay? Proopiomelanocortin. So ito ang gene for POMC. Pag binasa mo si POMC, ang dami mong malulutong putahe. Ganun lang. Makakaluto ako ng ACTH. Makakaluto ako ng MSH, etc. etc. Okay? So the protein is processed differently in different cell types. Pag mataas yung POMC, may usually nangingitim-ngitim. Pag punta mo sa adrenals, sa tissue. Hormones derived from POMC. Take note, they are derived from a single recipe book. Paano magluto ng ACTH, MSH, and beta endorphin? Galing yan kay POMC gene. Iba-iba lang chop-chop. Na? But they are derived from single gene. It consists of peptides that act as hormones. And ano pa ba? Ano important sa inyo? Yung iba kasi hindi ba important sa buhay ng tao. So, hindi ko na i-discuss. Alpha and beta MSH. Kita nyo to. The levels of this one are low, but the first 13 amino acids of ACTH contain the alpha MSH sequence. Thus, MSH receptors recognize and are activated by ACTH. Ano ba? Usually, pag mataas to, nangingitim-ngitim ka. Okay? Kasi yan yung pinanggalingan ng MSH. Sino-itech promotes mammary gland development, initiates milk, boom, prolactin. Stimulates growth of thyroid, nagsistimulate ng thyroid stimulating hormone, also known as thyrotropin. Okay? Sino-itech na galing sa supraoptic and PVN, dapat namili ka kung sino, no? Non-peptide made up of 9 amino acids, pang-eject ng milk. This is your oxytocin. Naalala niyo yung sapo frog, may ganun talagang palaka. Galing siya kay paraventricular, ha? Si oxytocin. Ang ADH, galing sa supraoptic naman. Buray niyo yan. Antidiuretic hormone, hindi ka iihi. Yun yung message niya. Sino lang ang non-peptide? Oxytocin. ADH, ilan yan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 din. O, non-peptide din siya. Galing to kay hypothalamus, pero pinatago kay posterior pituitary. If you can remember. Mga letters na yan, wala. Amino acids. Cysteine, tyrosine, isoleucine, sino E. Glutamic, asparagine, cysteine, sino P, proline, leucine, glycine. I won't ask you to memorize it. Just know saan siya gawa, saan ginawa, and how many amino acids for the following. No? Thyroid gland. Well. You can eat while watching. Okay? Thyroid glands located in the anterior neck. Tinanong sa boards, paano magpalpate ng thyroid gland? Alamin nyo ha. Dapat nasa likod ka ba? Ilang fingers? Blah, blah, blah. Thyroid gland is located in the anterior neck region, adjacent to the larynx and trachea. Larynx and trachea. Ito yung trachea mo. Yan o. May cartilages. Larynx mo, dito. Thyroid gland. Ito. Yan yung parang butterfly. No? It's a bilobate endocrine gland located in the anterior neck region, consists of two large lateral lobes connected by an isthmus. Hindi nakikita kasi blue din yung ano. Isthmus. Okay? Which is a thin band of thyroid tissue. Two lobes, each approximately 5 by 2.5 cm. Huwag na natin alamin yon. Sa surgery na yan. And 20 to 30 grams in weight lie on either side of the larynx and upper trachea. Huwag ka magpasaksak sa leeg, baka tamaan yung thyroid gland mo. Okay? The isthmus crosses anterior to the upper part of the trachea, and sometimes you can have pyramidal lobe. Minsan may paganon, tuk, may dila. Pyramidal lobe. Saan tayo? Which often extends upwards from the isthmus. A thin connective tissue capsule surrounds the gland, so may plastic cover-ish siya. Capsule ang tawag doon. Connective tissue yon. It sends trabeculae into the parenchyma that partially outline irregular lobes and lobules. Thyroid follicles constitute the functional units of the gland. Hypothalamic pituitary thyroid axis. So wala lang. Si Lola, TRH. Kakausapin niya si anterior pituitary. Hoy, ito na yung mama. Magsikret ka ng TSH. Mama, bababa sa target tissue. In this case, thyroid gland, to produce the daughter, which are T4 and T3. T4, T3, mga daughter, mag-a-act na sa certain organs para apektuhan ng BMR, basal metabolic rate, and other functions of your thyroid hormones. Okay? Ganun lang. Pag marami ng daughter, mag-negative feedback. Dami na namin dito, mama, stop na. Lower na yung TSH. Dami na natin dito, lola, stop na. Ganun lang. So TRH tells the pituitary to release TSH, then TSH tells the thyroid to make T4. T4 will be converted to T3. T3 kasi yung active. T3 then signals back to the hypothalamus and pituitary to slow down production when levels are high enough. Nag-negative feedback si T3. Okay? Other factors like stress and cold can also influence this system. Mapa. Thyroid hormones, galing siya sa tyrosine, and kailangan mo din yung iodine para magawa sila. Okay? Lola, mama, daughter. Sino mas active na daughter? T3. Mas konti pero mas matapang. T4, mas marami sila sa blood pero mas mahina. Okay? Ano pa? Normal T to S ratio is 25:1. Huwag na yun. TSH stimulation increases all aspects of thyroid hormone production. Kung naalala nyo, paano gumawa ng thyroid hormones? Una, ipasok mo si iodide, sunugin mo sa loob ng follicular cell. Iodide, magiging iodine. Ilabas mo sa swimming pool area, sa lumen. Tapos, mag-OOC na. Organification, oxidation, and coupling. Pag nagawa mo yan, ibalik mo. Then, tanggalin mo. Nagawa mong thyroid hormones, then i-release mo sa blood. Okay? Fisio. Pag andyan si mommy, lahat ng steps mas-stimulate. Okay? Alamin nyo lang yan. OOC is, this combination of steps is catalyzed by thyroid peroxidase. Okay? Organification, oxidation, and coupling. TPO ang nag-stimulate dyan. Si T3, kasi tinatanong yan eh, paano raw gawin? It's monoiodo plus diiodo, no? Si thyroxine, diiodo plus diiodo. Para maging 4, di ba? Ano pa? Ilan ang iodine nito? 1, 2, 3, T3. Mas active pero mas konti sila sa blood. 1, 2, 3, 4, T4. Okay? Inhibitors of thyroid hormone synthesis. Kung ang dami mo ng thyroid hormones, pwede kang mag-take ng drug to inhibit the synthesis. Inhibit mo si thyroid peroxidase, etc. etc. Okay? Source ng T4 and T3, follicular cells. Okay? Ng thyroid gland. Sino to? Parafollicular cells. Anong sinisikret ng parafollicular cells? Calcitonin. Tandaan nyo CP. No? Calcitonin galing kay parafollicular cells. Katabi ng follicular cell mo. Effects ng thyroid hormone sa basal metabolic rate. Pag ang dami mong thyroid hormones, tataas yung BMR. Okay? By stimulating your sodium-potassium ATPase pump. Cholesterol, tataba ka pa kapag ang dami mong T3 hormone, hyperactive ka. Cholesterol synthesis and excretion, assignment. Alamin nyo kung tataas o bababa. Okay? These are the effects of your thyroid hormones in the body. Parang yung kaklase mong payat na hyperactive pawisin, mainitin. Yun, baka may hyperthyroidism siya. Maraming thyroid hormones sa katawan. No? Hyper agad. Hyper lahat. Hyperthyroid versus hypothyroid. Alamin nyo yung effect sa weight. Sino yung mataba, sino yung payat. Assignment yan. Hindi ko sabihin ko anong tama. Anyhow. Tayo. Iodine metabolism. Okay. For a while lang. So radioactive iodine or iodine 131 isotope kasi. This one is a treatment for an overactive thyroid sa ginagamit sa hyperthyroidism and some types of thyroid cancer. Okay? May bukol dito. Pwede mong i-RAI eh. Radioactive iodine. Thyroid special trick. So the thyroid gland is the only place in your body that actively absorbs iodine from your blood. So injectan ka kasi ng iodine dyan. Tapos pupunta yon sa thyroid gland mo. Kasi ito nga yung nag-uptake ng iodine. It needs iodine to make thyroid hormones. So parang impostor. Radioactive iodine is like regular iodine. So the thyroid happily takes it up. Tapos, once inside the thyroid cells, the radioactive iodine releases small amounts of radiation. This radiation damages the thyroid cells or destroy the cancer cells doon. Okay? Because the thyroid is the main iodine absorber, this treatment is very targeted. Mostly affects the thyroid with minimal impact on other parts of your body. Wala lang. Opa. So para siyang special delivery sa thyroid. Gets taken inside and then does it work to fix the problem. Nagamit siya sa cancer or sa hyperthyroid na may bukol. Administered orally. Sa hypothyroidism, di masyado. Okay. Tapos minsan, pag sobrang na-damage mo yung thyroid gland, hypo ka na, hypothyroidism. Na ganito yung symptoms. Okay? Slows things down. Baba lahat. Versus hyperthyroidism. Next, pancreas. Since this is an endocrine lecture, endocrine pancreas tayo. Okay? Ano lang. Ang exocrine kasi, ang pancreas is secret din ng mga enzymes for digestion. Exocrine pancreas yun. Pag hormones, endocrine function. Okay? Nalala nyo, may islet cell, di ba? Alpha, glucagon, beta, insulin, delta, sisigan delta, somatostatin ba? O may F cell pa, pancreatic polypeptide. Anyhow. Alamin nyo yun. Glucagon is released if glucose is gone, and it will do everything to increase blood glucose. Insulin is released if glucose is in the blood, and it will do everything to lower your blood glucose. Papasukin niya, susunugin niya, or sustore niya. Okay? Ano pa? Somatostatin stops everything. Pinapababa ang insulin, glucagon, etc. Okay. So, yun lang naman. So, yung glucose mo, yung sugar mo sa blood, some of them will be taken up by your fat, heart. Saan si heart? Wala dito. Skeletal muscle. Okay? And ang daming napupunta sa brain, no? Because your main source of energy for the brain is glucose. Hindi ka kumain pag may exam, yari ka. Pag busog, dami mong glucose in the blood, ipunin mo, papasukin mo, and then ipunin mo. Or i-burn mo. Paano papasukin ng glucose? Depende kung saang tissue or organ ka papasok. Pag sa FHM, GLUT4. This one requires insulin. Pag sa utak, 1 and 3. Okay? Ito, hindi kailangan ng insulin. So, makapasok si glucose sa brain, using GLUT1 and 3 sa utak. Okay, so, okay lang. Buti lang 1 and 3 nilagay ni Lord sa utak, no? Kawawa yung mga diabetics kung GLUT4 din sa brain. Di makakapasok glucose nun. Ano pa? GLUT8, blastocyst. Important dyan. Ano naman? GLUT2. Sa Buckley's, di ba? Buckley, beta islet cell, kidney, liver, small intestine. Factors resulting in reduction in blood glucose. Pampababa ng sugar ni Lola. Insulin. Papasok ang glucose. Ilabas mo sa ihi or mag-exercise ka para ma-burn ang glucose. Exercise stimulates or improves insulin receptor sensitivity. Okay? So, mga diabetic dyan, exercise din. Simulation of glucagon catabolism. Ayan. Ito si insulin. Laki niya, no? Ilang amino acids yan? Bakit tanong ko? Sa exam, yung mature insulin, ha? Ayan, ito. O ba? Alam niyo na yan. Why synthesize hormones from large precursor molecule? To control available amounts of the active hormone and to allow for the formation of critical structures within the hormone. Lang. Si insulin kasi protein siya, so niluto galing sa recipe book ni Lola. Tapos pag naluto, hilaw pa, no? Pre-pro insulin, di pa perfect. So i-cleave muna 'yan, magiging pro-insulin hanggang i-cleave pa yung C-peptide, magiging insulin na lang, na mature. Made up of A and B chains connected via 2 disulfide bonds here. Tapos may 1 intra-disulfide bond. So, tinanggal mo lang C-peptide. So, ilan kaya amino acid nito? 30 plus 21. Oh, 51 amino acid si insulin. Okay, nagmamature siya hanggang makuha mo to. If yung insulin mo, boom, sira ang disulfide bond, it won't act. Okay, sira din yan. So, pag na-secrete na si insulin, upo siya sa receptor niya, travel sa blood, upo sa receptor. Again, receptor tyrosine kinase. Pupukpukin yung sarili, kinase eh. Pag napukpuk yung sarili, uy, nainggit si IRS, ako din. Papukpok din. Hanggang masunod yung gusto ni insulin. Na papasukin si glucose. Paano papasok si glucose? Yung mga tambay na gate dyan, ita-translocate sa cell membrane. Okay? Translocation of GLUT4 para makapasok si glucose. Ba? Sige. Summary of insulin receptor stimulation of signal transduction and exocytosis of the GLUT4. Para lang ma-translocate si GLUT4, ang daming ganap. Okay? So, ikwento ko yung ganap. The activated, umupo na si insulin, and then the activated beta subunits continue delivery of the signal transduction message so that one or more of the tyrosine kinase on the beta subunit becomes activated. Then, in this composite cell, the activated tyrosine kinase will activate one of 5 signal transduction pathways. Nasa libro nyo yan. The ultimate biological outcome of each of the 5 pathways can range from activation of gene transcription and protein synthesis that can lead to cell growth kasi si insulin pampagrow, and or cell differentiation via the MAPK pathway, vascular constriction of the endothelium, vascular relaxation of endothelium via PI3K naman, simulation of nitric oxide, ang daming ganap, glucose uptake and activation of gluconeoglycogen synthesis in liver, skeletal muscle, and adipose by stimulating PKC, FOX1, and GSK3. Ayan. CAPS stimulating translocation of GLUT4 to the cell membrane, thereby increasing uptake of glucose into the host cell. So, pag umupo daw si insulin sa trono, may mag-phosphorylate yung sariling trono, upuan, maiinggit si IRS, magpapapukpok din, hanggang masunod yung downstream sequence of events. Leading to yung kagustuhan ni insulin, pumasok si glucose, mag-glycolysis, mag-glycogenesis, etc. Glucagon, glucose is gone. Okay? Gawa ni alpha islet cell yan, ng pancreas mo. Glucagon secreted in amounts second only to insulin. It increases blood glucose levels. Anong action nito? If glucose is gone, edi gumawa ka ng bagong glucose. Stimulate mo ang gluconeo, stimulate mo yung glycogenolysis, proteolysis, de-degrade niya yung protein. Kasi pag yung protein na degrade, magiging amino acid, pupulutin ni liver, mag-gluconeo na naman siya. Okay? And may mga kamukha si glucagon. These are your glucagon-like peptides. Functions of your GLP. Important to sa when you go to pharma. Glucagon-like peptides. Biological actions of GLP include sa intestine, secretion of GLP-1, pancreas, reduction in glucagon secretion, and increase in glucose-dependent secretion of insulin and somatostatin. Si GLP-1, pampataas ng insulin secretion pag andyan si glucose. Tanda na. Si GLP-1, pag pumunta sa stomach, bababa ang gastric emptying. Okay? Si GLP-1 sa utak, pag nag-act, sasabihin niya sa utak, busog tayo. Okay? So may sensations of satiety and decreased appetite. Huwag kang kumain. Kaya nga si Lola, mga diabetic auntie mo, merong GLP-1 agonist drugs. Okay? GLP-1 agonist. Kasi maganda effects niya eh. Busog ako, hindi ako kakain, wala akong gana kumain, tas tataas pa yung insulin secretion. Okay? Lang. Important yan sa pharma niya. Ano to? Effects of insulin and glucagon. Just know or just rewatch the lecture na lang, no? Ano tayong oras for this? Yan, insulin, glucose in the blood. Let's do everything to lobat na ako. To let it in. Pag nasa loob na anong gagawin? You burn it. It's either you burn it or you store it for a while. Pag nasa loob na, you burn or you store. Yun lang naman, di ba? Madali lang. Saya-saya ng biochem. Ano storage form ng insulin, ng glucose, glycogen, kaya mas-stimulate ang glycogenesis. Paano pag wala ng glucose? Glucose is gone. O di glucagon tayo. Glucose is gone. Yung Tupperware ni Lola, buksan mo. Lola. Ni Tita, buksan mo. Distribute natin. So may glycogenolysis ka. Pag wala na, glucone yun na. Adrenal gland hormones. So your adrenal glands, it has your cortex and medulla. Ang cortex, andyan yung mga adrenal steroids mo. Mineralocorticoids and glucocorticoids. Naalala, GFR. Glomerulosa fasciculata reticularis, GFR. This one secretes your glomerulosa. Ano sinisecrete niya? Salt, sweet, sex. So this one is about salt, mineralocorticoids. This one is about sweet, cortisol, glucocorticoids. This one is about sex or sex hormones. No? Medulla, epi yan. Epi or epi ginagawa. Okay? Mineralo. Sino yung source niya? Glomerulosa. Parang fasciculata. Anong ginagawa? Cortisol. Fasciculata secretes cortisol and it's the most makapal na layer of your adrenal cortex. Your sex hormones, saan ginagawa? Sa reticularis. Okay? GFR. All hormones are steroids. Okay? Neto, lahat ng hormones sa adrenal cortex, steroid hormones. Ibig gawa sa cholesterol. Cholesterol. This is the family tree of the 7 principal classes of hormones. Steroids are structurally derived from the parent cholesterol. Cholesterol has 10 additional carbons added to styrene. Hindi ko tatanong. Number of carbons. Kailangan ba? Si estrogen, pambabae, so 18 years old. Andro, 19. Wala lang. Baka important. Hindi naman siya naas sa boards lately. Naalala niyo yung mnemonic for this one? Si cholesterol is a chubby girl. May fiancé siya, kaso na-desmolase siya. Tapos 3 boys yung anak niya. Tapos, kinausap niya si pero Doc, CS, pregnant po, pero Doc, CS ako. Just recall the mnemonic for this one. Introduction lang naman tong lecture natin. Hindi siya i-discuss mo lahat. dito. So, adrenal cortex makes 3 classes of steroid hormones, all starting from cholesterol. Pag tinanong kita, ano yung parent compound ng mga to, cholesterol po. Okay? Anong group tong mga to? Group 1 po. Lumulusot yan. Glomerulosa makes aldosterone. Mineralocorticoid, yan. Pinapakialaman yung minerals, sodium and potassium mo. Fasciculata, glucocorticoids ang ginagawa, yung mga cortisol, involved in stress response. Reticularis makes your androgens like DHEA and testosterone, which are sex hormones. Yan. Mineralocorticoid. So, ang ginagawa, glomerulosa, di ba? AG. Aldosterone, glomerulosa. Pinapakialaman ang minerals, sodium and potassium. Okay? Yun lang. For now. Kasi, sa fission natin diniscuss yung mga nitty-gritty nito. Okay? Again, cholesterol is the parent compound of steroid hormone. Tandaan, cholesterol, dala-dala ng taxing to. Free cholesterol. Si free cholesterol, dadalhin doon sa gawaan ng glucocorticoids and mineralocorticoids mo using the star protein. So yun na, madedesmolase na siya. This is your cholesterol, 27 carbon thingy. Tapos madedesmolase siya. Tapos naging pregnant siya. Okay? Si desmolase is also known as side chain cleavage enzyme. Ayan o, SCC, side chain cleavage. Na-desmolase siya ni fiancé, naging pregnant po. Pero, doc, CS ako. Hoy, pregnant, pero cortisol pathway yun. So, ang pangalan na 3 boys niya? Si Dea, si Andro, Testo. Na lang. Recall your adrenals lecture. Aldosterone is synthesized only at your zona glomerulosa because this enzyme is exclusively found there. Tandaan nyo ha, si 18-hydroxylase. Yan. Wala dito sa fasciculata. So, ang aldo mo, dun lang talaga sa glomerulosa. Kung enzyme na to, dun lang eh. Angiotensin. From the name itself, tenses the angio, the blood vessel. Pang vasoconstrict yan. Part siya ng RAAS. Renin, angiotensin, aldosterone system. Okay? Ano pa? Mechanism. Ito yung sa RAAS. Nalala nyo si RAAS. Tinikman ang ihe. Tinikman ang ihe. Oh, may drop in blood volume, drop in fluid volume. Si JG Cell nag-release ng blank. Si Macula Densa ba yung taga-tikim o si JG Cell? Alamin nyo ha. Macula Densa, Tines, o parang JG matabang. Ganun ba? JG will release renin. Renin will cleave this angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1. Okay? Ano pa? Angiotensin 1, magpapahangin yan. May ACE kasi doon. ACE will convert 1, angiotensin 1 to 2. Angiotensin 2, pang vasoconstriction nito, ano pa? Kakausapin ko si cortex, mag-release ng aldosterone. Aldosterone will reabsorb sodium, pero tapon si potassium. Recall your renal lecture. They're all connected. Yun lang. Reabsorb sodium. Oh no, matabang pa? Hindi na. Oh yun, ganun lang. Glucocorticoids sa fasciculata and reticularis nagagawa because andun yung mga enzymes. Okay? When you're stressed, your brain, cortex and hippocampus signals the hypothalamus, which then releases hormones that tell the pituitary to release ACTH, lola ng mga cortisol. ACTH, mommy. ACTH travels to the adrenal cortex and triggers the release of cortisol. Cortisol helps your body deal with stress. Siya ang stress hormone. Panglaban sa stress. Diba? Kasi pag na-stress ka, ikaw ay nagko-cortisol, joke lang. Cortisol helps your body fight stress, but also signals back to the brain, no? To slow down the whole process. Nagne-negative feedback siya. These are the effects of your cortisol, basa boards. Kung stressed ka, kailangan mo ng sugar. Kailangan mo mag-isip eh. So it will stimulate gluconeogenesis. Tandaan. Tsaka yung Cushing syndrome, yung tsura ng mga hypercortisolism, payat ang arms, ang laki ng gitna. Payat ang arms kasi break ang protein. Ba't kailangan i-break ang protein kung stressed ako? Kasi yung protein, chachap-chapin yon para yung amino acids, pulutin ni liver, magiging glucose na naman. This is diabetogenic hormone. Yung taba, ibe-burn sa periphery. Kaya payat ang arms, mataba ang gitna. Eh ikaw, mataba ka all over. O, hindi yun effect ni cortisol, no? Anyhow. Immune system, it suppresses, anti-inflammatory to eh. Suppresses your immunity, etc. etc. So, discuss na natin yung upuan niya, nakakandado sa heat shock protein. Okay? Pag umupo si cortisol, goodbye kandado. Kaming dalawa, punta na sa nucleus, kakausapin si Lola. Mag-wait muna tayo ng mga co-activator, chuchu, mga magic sarap. Cortisol, while helpful for short-term stress, it can weaken the immune system if stress is chronic. So, huwag ka magpa-stress madalas, ha? Kasi, pag mataas yung cortisol mo forever, di ba, isa sa mga effects niya, ayan, no? Suppress the immune system. Hihina immune system mo, lagi ka magkakasakit. Okay siya for acute stress, pero pag chronic, pangit. Okay? Nagtitrigger siya ng cell death or apoptosis sa mga B and T lymphocytes mo. Yan. Mamatay yung mga immune cells mo. Chronic stress leads to high cortisol, which kills the immune cells, weakening the immune system. Daan na. Androgen biosynthesis. Grabe haba. May ano tayo, lecture for Fisho about male hormone, male repro and female repro. Tandaan nyo lang, 17 carbons sila. Cholesterol yung nanay ng androgen hormones mo. Paano bang pathway nito? So si cholesterol, pregnant po. Hoy, pakanan sila eh. Pregnant. Tapos yung tatlong anak, si Dea. Pinalayas na, di ba? So, ang anak nito ay si Andro, Testo at si Dea. Na lang. Si Dea is dehydroepiandrosterone. Ayan. Metabolism of testosterone. Paano may metabolize yan? Sunugin mo yung carbon 17 niya. Or tanggalin mo yung double bond. Kung ayaw mo nang mag-action si testosterone. Take note, testosterone can be converted to DHT na mas matapang. Okay? DHT. Marami kang DHT, lalaki prostate mo. Kapag malaki prostate mo, pigilan mo yung enzyme na nagko-convert ng testo kay DHT. Kaya nga, si tatay na may BPH, malaki prostate, umiinom ng 5-alpha reductase inhibitors. Si testo, pag naging estrogen, ang enzyme for that is aromatase. Tatanong ko yan aromatase. Okay? I-aromatize mo. Ito tatanong ko, testo to DHT, enzyme 5-alpha reductase. Pag malaki, ito pampalaki ng mga organs, prostate, etc. Malaki prostate niya, may BPH, inhibit mo to. 5-alpha reductase inhibitor na steroid, mga ganun. You don't need to know the drug for now. Ayan, separate lectures for that. Spermatogenesis, it's a delicate process for a while. The thing is, maraming nakikialam sa paggawa ng sperm mo. Poor diet, wala kang vitamins, minerals, environmental, lifestyle factors such as urban living, undescended testicles, infection, lagi ka nagbababad sa mainit. Okay? Masira kasi yung sperm kapag bumabad ka sa mainit. Gusto nila malamig. Steroid hormones, nag-anabolic steroids ka for bodybuilding. Negative feedback yan, liliit yung balls mo. Anyhow, exposure to toxic chemicals, pesticides, plastics, kasi may mga hormone disruptor. Iwasan nyo yung, ano bang numbers yun? May triangle, sinabi ko na yun sa inyo, 167 yata. May endocrine disruptors. So many things can harm sperm production, from diet and lifestyle to chemicals and radiation. Nice to know. Estrogen. Paano siya nagagawa? Or ano muna yung primary estrogen ng ovary? 17 beta estradiol, si E2. Yan. Estrone naman, si E1, pang postmenopausal, mag-isa ka na lang, estrone yung predominant estrogen mo. Okay? Galing siya kay androstenedione. That's the major source of estrogen in postmenopausal women. Pag pregnant ka, tatlo kayo, ikaw si hubby, si baby, estriol. Okay, as mnemonic. Estriol ang estrogen of pregnancy from placenta. These are formed by peripheral aromatization of androgens, catalyzed by aromatase. Tandaan nyo, aromatase enzyme. It requires oxygen and NADPH. Mga lalaki kapag tumanda sila or nasira yung liver, nagkakaroon ng feminization syndrome. Kasi tumataas yung activity ng aromatase. So yung mga testosterone nila, naging estrogen lahat. So you can give aromatase inhibitor. Okay? Yan. Or you can consider lang. Actually, binibigay aromatase inhibitor sa mga female cancer. Yung too much estrogen. May cancer kasi na too much estrogen. Ano pa? Which one is produced by corpus luteum? Progesterone. This one is precursor of all steroid hormones as well. Kasi di ba, si cholesterol na desmolase, pregnant. Pero, pakidelete na nga lang to. Cholesterol kasi yung precursor. Cholesterol. Ito siya, oh. Cholesterol na desmolase, pregnant po. Hoy, hindi nakikinig si doctor, pinalayas mo. Layas kasi yung next eh. Ito na yung 3 boys niya. Inaromatase mo, naging babae, naging estrogen, etc. etc. Regulation, nice to know. Separate lecture for physio yan. Since group 1 sila, kailangan nila sumakay sa taxi, namely, your sex hormone binding globulin, or pwede rin dito, no? Testosterone estrogen binding globulin. Pag hindi na gumagawa si liver ng mga taxi, ang dami mong free hormones. Wala lang. Tapos yung estrogen mo, etc. No? Metabolic clearance rates of steroids is inversely related to their affinity with binding proteins. Ano daw? Kung mabilis, kung hindi ka sumasakay sa taxi, okay, hindi ka sumasakay, ang baba ng affinity mo, mabilis kang ma-eliminate. Siyempre, kakainin ka ng pating eh. Sa blood, sa dagat. Yun lang yun. Decreased by testosterone. Higher affinity with testosterone than with estradiol. Okay. Etong testosterone mas sumasakay sa mga taxi, mga barko na yan. Cortisol, progesterone have little to no effect with sex hormone binding globulin. Etong mga to, iba ang taxi. So, pwede sila sumakay dyan, pero may ibang taxing sasakyan eh. Yung mga yan. Anong source ng norepi? Adrenal gland din, pero medalla. Okay? Yung chromaffin cells ng medalla. Saan sila galing? Tatanong ko, tyrosine. Okay? Sino maraming sinisikrit? Si medalla, epi. Nandun yung epi, 80%. 20% lang norepi niya. If naalala nyo to, pare, true love does not exist. Okay? So, si norepi and epi galing kay tyrosine. Pag wala sa choices si tyrosine, phenylalanine. And if you wanna degrade this, ang ano to? Tongue twister. Degradation product niya is VMA and may isa pa. Si VMA and blank. O, alamin nyo. Mga metanephrines. Okay? If mataas yung VMA, ibig sabihin may tumor that oversecretes epi and norepi. Alamin na yan. Sa amino acid metabolism to. Na-discuss na natin. Pag acute stress, nagpa-fight or flight mode ka rin, so lalabas niya si epi nor epi. Okay? These are the effects, yung mga pink, effects of epi on the heart and vasculature, which allows increased blood flow to skeletal muscles and decreased flow to the GI tract. Simpa mode parang kang tinutukan ng kutsilyo. Ano mangyayari sa heart mo? Bibilis, lalakas. Muscle mo, magkakaroon ng maraming blood supply. Manununtok ka fight or flight. Okay? Eh yung gastrointestinal, di masyado kailangan, tatakbo ka kasi. So, decreased yan. Recall your autonomics lecture. Okay? Tapos yung center, bronchodilation. Siyempre, pag simpa mode, kailangan mo huminga para may oxygen ka. Etong green, metabolic responses, which increase the supply of fuel to the muscle and brain. You don't need to memorize this. These are the effects of a sympathetic activity. Parang tinutukan ng kutsilyo. So, dalawa lang yan. It's either you fight or you flight. So, ano mangyayari sa taba, sa liver? Common sense na lang. No? Kaso wala ka nun, so good luck. Epi and liver. So, when you need energy, magpa-fight or flight ka, anong sasabihin ni epi kay liver? Uy, tinutukan tayo ng kutsilyo. O, anong gagawin ni liver? Ah, ganun ba? O sige, kailangan natin mag-fight or flight, no? Gagawa ko ng maraming glucose. Kasi glucose ang gusto ni brain eh. Yan. So, mag-glycogenolysis or pwede na mag-gluconeo. Yan mga gusto ni epi. Ano pa? Magre-release din ng fatty acid si liver. Magre-release ng fatty acid yung mga tissue, tapos pupulutin ni liver for ketone body production, which is another source of energy. Okay? Release ang glucose and ketone bodies, papadala kay brain and sa mga tissues hanggang malabanan mo, makapag-fight or flight ka. Note the effects of epinephrine. Sa liver, liberates glucose and ketones. Ano pa? Lang. Common sense kasi sila eh. Calcium regulating hormones. Oh my goodness. So these are her vitamin D, parathyroid hormone, calcitonin, fibroblast growth factor 23. Okay? Na-discuss na lang natin ito sa fisyo. Ano may pakialam sa calcium? Isaw, intestine, bone, and kidney. Tandaan na, si biik na lang. Bone, intestine, and kidney. So yung mga yan, pinapakialaman ng PTH, vitamin D, sino pa? Calcitonin. Okay, calcitonin. Okay. In a nutshell, we absorb calcium and phosphorus from food. Some is lost in feces and some is used by the body. And the rest is filtered and mostly reabsorbed by the kidneys. Pabalik. Okay? Ano pang important dito? Kidney keeps most calcium and phosphorus. PTH and vitamin D promotes reabsorption of calcium from ihe. And you also lose some sa sweat. Ayan. Isang buong lecture to sa physio, di ba? Hindi pwedeng isang i-compress lahat yan. Parathyroid gland. Para, katabi ng thyroid. These are small glands near the thyroid, usually 2 pairs. So, 4 sila. Nasa connective tissue ng thyroid gland yan. Important dito. They have rich blood supply. Ano important here? Kung naalala niyo yung parathyroid gland, parathyroid hormone, PTH, phosphate trashing hormone. Ayaw niya kay phosphate. Okay? Wala lang. And PTH is an 84 amino acid peptide. Full biologic activity residues or nagre-reside dyan sa PTH 134. Nice to know. Region 24-34 is for receptor binding. Ang gusto ng PTH, ipataas yan ang calcium sa blood. Hoy, buto, pahingi namang calcium. Lagay natin sa blood. So, matutunaw siya. Bone resorption. Hoy, kidney, pag may calcium dyan, balik mo sa blood. Okay? Si intestine, kaya ko bang diktahan? Hindi. Hindi direct. Pero si PTH, sabi niya, kidney, gawa ka naman ng vitamin D na active. O vitamin D, kakausapin niya na si isaw. Isaw, kapag may calcium dyan, paki-absorb. Lagay mo sa blood. Ganun lang. This is your parathyroid hormone or parathormone. Peptide siya. So, puro amino acids. Ilang amino acid ulit? 84. Vitamin D production from the sun. Hindi nagbibigay ng vitamin D ang araw. Yung nananahimik na 7-dihydrocholesterol sa balat mo, pag na UVB, mako-convert siya sa pre-vitamin D. Okay? Then padala mo sa liver and kidney hanggang ma-activate siya. Okay? Hanggang ma-activate siya. Vitamin D group 1, kailangan ng bangka, ng carrier protein. So DBP, vitamin D binding protein, yun yung bangka niya. Hanggang makakapunta siya sa liver, etc. etc. Okay? Anong UV ang kailangan mo sa araw? UVB. For vitamin D, premature activation. No? 7-dihydro papuntang cholecalciferol. What's the rate limiting step in formation of the active vitamin D? It's 1-alpha hydroxylase na nasa kidney. Tatanong ko yan. Board exam question. Kaya pag sira kidney ni Lola, o kung sino man, wala siyang active na vitamin D kasi andun nga yung rate limiting step or enzyme. So bigyan mo na lang siya ng synthetic form ng vitamin D. Paano pag maitim? Darker skin, mataas yung melanin, mas mahirap maka-penetrate yung UV. Okay? So less vitamin D production. Kunin mo na lang sa sa diet. Fatty fish. Older skin, pag mas matanda, less vitamin D production din. Okay. Calcitonin, calcium into the bone. Galing siya sa CGRP. Calcitonin gene-related peptide sa brain. Nice to know na yan. FGF23, fibroblast growth factor 23, mainly from bone cells. This one is a key regulator of phosphate levels. It acts on the kidneys by binding to its receptor along with protein called clothone. Nice to know. This complex reduces phosphate reabsorption by the kidneys. Si FGF, ayaw din kay phosphate. Okay? Kay kidney, pag may phosphate dyan, huwag mo nang ibalik sa blood. Yan. Para siyang PTH, no? Phosphate trashing din. And also decreases the production of the active form of vitamin D. Galit din siya kay vitamin D. In a nutshell, FGF23 lowers phosphate sa blood by acting on the kidneys. Kidneys, wag mo nang, kung may phosphate sa ihi, wag mo na ibalik, please. Ganun siya. Okay? Simulators of bone resorption. Lulusawin. Itong mga to. Bone inhibitors, pro-bone sila, calcitonin, calcium into the bone. So the bone is constantly being remodeled. So broken down by osteoclast and rebuilt by osteoblast. So may balance yan. The balance between this process determines if calcium is being released from bone or stored in it. Maraming factors ang mag-a-affect doon, namely your hormones, your vitamin D, PTH, calcitonin, and FGF23. Okay? Wala lang. Ano pa? Yung mga hormones na yun, they regulate the process of resorption and formation of your bone to maintain calcium and phosphorus balance. Bone acts as a source of storage of these minerals, which is crucial for both daily needs and long-term balance, especially during growth, lactation, and egg laying. Bone is also involved in many diseases related to mineral imbalance. So tandaan nyo lang, bone is remodeled to maintain calcium and phosphorus balance. Okay? Pag hindi ka nag-exercise, hindi nakaka-receive ng stress yung buto mo, sabi ng buto, sasabihin ng calcium, di pala ako kailangan dito, labas na lang ako sa blood. Puro yung buto mo. Osteoclastogenesis, inayos na noon natin. Sige na nga, discuss. Osteoclast ng de-destroy. Okay? These are bone-destroying cells. They come from monocyte or macrophage lineage. First, the MCSF, itong MCSF, stimulate these cells. Then, rank L on osteoblast or stromal cells bind to rank on osteoclast precursors, signaling them to become mature osteoclast. OPG, nahanap niyo si OPG, and siya, also from osteoblast, can block rank L, preventing osteoclast formation. Interleukin 11, ito siya, helps osteoclast precursors multiply. Vitamin D, ito siya, acts on osteoblast, influencing this process, but not directly on osteoclast. Kita nyo na, so dapat sa physio to eh. Kasi kung binayochem mo tong lecture na to, baka morbid. In a nutshell, osteoclasts develop from precursor cells with the help of rank L, MCSF, interleukin-11. Whereas COPG inhibits this. Okay? Vitamin D acts on blasts to influence the process. Okay? Osteoporosis, disease of porous bones, where bone density decreases and microarchitecture deteriorates, leading to increased fracture risk. It is caused by an imbalance between bone breakdown ng clasts and bone building by blasts. Estrogen inhibits bone breakdown. Kaya pag nagmenopause si Lola, wala ng estrogen, wala nang mag-i-inhibit kay clast. Prone sila sa osteoporosis. Okay? Na lang. There are two types of primary osteoporosis. Type 1 is postmenopausal. Type 2 is age-related. And meron ding secondary osteoporosis caused by other factors like medications or diseases. Yung may osteoporotic bone, nasan dyan? A or B sa exam. Okay? It looks normal but has less mass. Okay? Yung osteoporotic bone. So it can lead to fractures, especially sa hip, wrist, and spine, which can lead to serious complications. So, huwag niyo sipain yung matatanda, ha? Kasi prone sila nga dyan sa fracture. Treatment includes diet, exercise, medications to slow bone breakdown. Hormone replacement therapy, pwede rin. Once common, pero na-replace na siya ng safer options due to its risk ng cancer. Osteoporosis, in a nutshell, weak bones caused by an imbalance in bone remodeling leading to fractures. Vitamin D affects both the innate and adaptive immune response. Okay? In innate immunity, the dendritic cells, it influences how these cells present antigens and what signals they send. Basta may effect ang vitamin D, yun lang. In adaptive immunity, the T cells, it affects T cell differentiation, promoting regulatory T cells that suppress immune responses and inhibiting other T cells. Basta vitamin D modulates both immediate and targeted immune response. So pang defense modulator siya. So maraming contributions of vitamin D sa endocrine system and good health. Okay? Kailangan ba mag-supplement? Kung deficient ka, doon ka lang magte-take ng supplements. Okay? Kung kumakain ka naman ng tama, kumakain ka fatty fish, egg yolk, o may vitamin D ka, you don't need to supplement. Next, pineal gland. Okay, pineal gland is an endocrine or neuroendocrine gland that regulates daily body rhythm. So, basta this one, it controls your daily rhythm. No? Fine cone yung itsura niya. Periodic rhythm. Yeah. Saan galing si melatonin? Tatanungin ko yun. Yun yung tatanungin ko. Trip mo siya, no? Makatabing matulog. So, galing siya kay tryptophan. Okay? Yeah. Saan ginagawa? Sa pineal gland. Okay. Thus, that step is regulated by dark light cycle. Okay? Which involves a conversion of serotonin to N-acetylserotonin catalyzed by acetyltransferase. Nice to know. Melatonin, yan yung sleep hormone. The thing is, it follows a daily and seasonal rhythm. Ang melatonin na produce kapag madilim. Okay? Yan. Pag walang ilaw. So levels of melatonin will surge at night. Peaking in the middle of the night, then bababa kapag morning approaches. Pag madilim, melatonin. Paano pag seasonal? Longer nights sa winter mean more melatonin production overall. Pag shorter yung gabi, tulad sa summer, bilis, di ba? Ikli lang yung gabi. Less ang production ng melatonin mo. Longer nights, more melatonin. Kaya yung mga animals nag-a-adapt sa seasonal changes. Tandaan, melatonin is high at night, low during the day. Mataas sa winter, konti sa summer. Ito sinasabi lang, kapag lights off, pag madilim, Signals will travel from your eyes papunta sa brain called their suprachiasmatic nucleus, your SCN. Oh, yun yung internal clock. Tapos si SCN magte-text via neurons, eventually reaching the pineal gland. Tapos, pineal gland gets the message, oy, madilim daw. Magpuproduce ako melatonin. Melatonin is released into your bloodstream, making you feel sleepy. Okay? Pag may ilaw, cellphone ka ng cellphone eh. Oh. Mabablock yung process na yon. Hindi makaka-text si suprachiasmatic nucleus. Hindi niya ito-text si pineal gland, oy, gabi ah. So, pag may ilaw, SCN stops sending the signal and melatonin production shuts down. Pag may ilaw, walang melatonin. Pag madilim, meron. SCN, yun yung parang sleep control nerve center. Si SCN, suprachiasmatic nucleus. GABA, anong effect ng GABA? Go away, bright activity. Yan. It inhibits PVN, paraventricular nucleus, when light is present. Glutamate, go let us turn activity more active tonight. Dalang. Stimulates PVN when light is absent. Yan. Ay, magkuquiz na kayo. Last na to eh. Melatonin helps regulate your body's internal clock, which is slightly longer than 24 hours. It works with light and a brain area called SCN to keep your clock synced with the day and night cycle. When this clock is disrupted, kapag may jet lag ka or night shift ka sa trabaho, you feel tired, have trouble sleeping, and your performance suffers. Okay? Again, melatonin helps keep your body clock in sync with day and night. Disruptions can cause jet lag or shift work problems. Wala lang. Okay, that's it. How to use.